motherfuckers be telling me like a lot of people used to be telling me like, shit, you live by the gun, don't die by it. Like you send something, you gonna feel something, motherfucker, sooner or later. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, that's what they were talking about, type shit. I'm like, this shit hurt.
Can you introduce yourself for us?
What it is, man? That OMB Peezy, man. You know what's going on.
For sure, for sure. Can you tell us where you from?
I'm from Mobile, Alabama, Orange Grove Project. Orange Grove, Alabama.
For sure. You know, pretty familiar with your story and background.
Yeah.
You know, been following you for a minute. Where you from, right? Which I know is similar to, you know, a lot of us have similar upbringings, just coming from them type of environments. Can you kind of give us a brief just on like, you know, what was your childhood like growing up where you was from?
My childhood cool. It was alright, you feel me, for the most part. Cause I didn't know what bad was when I was little. My shit was a little different though, cause I had moved to California when I was 12. You know what I'm saying? So like, I got a different I feel like I got a different upbringing from most people from where I'm from.
For sure. Like coming from Mobile though to Cali, that's a big difference.
Yeah, that's a big ass move.
For sure. Like what was that adjustment like? Like your first day like in California, like can you like walk us through that moment? Like what was it like?
The first day in California, it felt like I was going to a new school type shit or something. Like I wasn't gonna know nobody. You know what I'm saying? We went to a shelter. Went to the shelter and shit. Like we was the only people from Alabama in the shelter. I ain't like that shit just felt crazy though. It just felt different. It felt like I was in a new world.
For sure. Did you kind of have any like challenges or adversity? You like coming from the South, was anybody trying to like think you was different or you know, tried or anything like that?
Everybody thought we was different and shit, but they ain't really just, everybody really loved the nigga. Like, I ain't gonna lie, people in California love people from the South. Most of their grandmas and great grandmas and shit from the South, you feel me?
For sure. Now I know coming from Mobile to like Cali at the time, I know we were around like the same age. Like, was it any like, cause I know a lot of people think when you go to Cali, you know, especially back then a little time over, it's like as soon as you get there, you gotta choose what gang you in or something like that.
Yeah.
Did that come to you early or anything like that?
Yeah, that shit came to a nigga early, but you know, you just gotta have a strong mind type shit, feel me? Cause shit, a couple of my cousins came from Alabama and was out there whole claiming shit that they wasn't even from, you feel me? So you just gotta have a strong mind and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I always stood on what, you know what I'm saying, what I had going on.
For sure.
You feel me?
For sure. So like you grew up there like your whole teenage years too?
Yeah, all my teenage years.
For sure, for sure. So at what point, you know, like the term we use, like hop off the porch, you know, like how old you think you was when you did?
I was 12. I was about 12, 13. No, I was about 13 to be all the way 100. Cause when I got to California, I always, like, as soon as I got out there, it was like, shit, oh, I'm in a different world type shit. I can do what I want type shit. So that's always how I thought about the shit. You know?
For sure. Out of all the choices and stuff, you know that, I know it's probably a lot going on. I know you probably was in school. Was you ever involved in any sports, anything like that?
Yeah, pop on. I played pork ball, but I ain't go farther than pork ball.
For sure.
My mama may want to pay for that shit. I wanted to play though. I wanted to play bad as a motherfucker too.
For sure. For sure. So like you being 12, you know, you could have been doing a lot of things at 12 years old. You know what I mean? You could have been doing a lot of things at 12 years old. Like, what made you feel like, you know, alright, like what caught your interest about the streets?
The shit I seen before I moved to California. So I always was like, I ain't had no good childhood, you feel me? So I always was around bad shit. So when I got to California, it was like, oh yeah, this what I'm on type shit. Feel me?
For sure. What was your relationship like with your mother?
Oh yeah, I love my mama. I'm a mama boy for real. I'm the youngest.
Sure.
So yeah, I was always a mama boy. That's my baby.
What about your pops?
My pops, yeah, that's my dog. You feel me? Cool. Yeah, right. But I love my mama more though. It might sound crazy, but
I feel.
Mama, that's what it is.
Did you like grow up in a two-parent household, or was it just mom dukes?
They had broke up when I was like 5.
Okay.
My mom actually kidnapped us from my dad and took us to California type shit, like came and stole us type shit.
Real?
Yeah, she had got out of jail and came and took us from my dad and shit.
Do you remember that night?
Yeah, I remember that shit like a motherfucker. I remember goddamn looking for clothes and shit to bring. I remember that. I remember her coming to pick us up. And then we went to my auntie house. I don't know who house. Yeah, it was my auntie house. That motherfucker fucked up. It's flooding on the inside, like it water all in the house. You feel me? You done got to jump from couch to couch to walk around that motherfucker.
Dang.
And then the next day, we all packed in the U-Haul and got the fuck on.
For sure. You say your mother was incarcerated.
Yeah.
How long was she gone? Like,
I don't even know.
for real?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what she was locked up for to this day.
For sure. Who was watching you or raising you at that time?
My dad. My dad. Yeah, I was staying in Maysville.
For sure. So boom, fast forward, you 12 years old, you in Cali. I mean, long way from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? What do you feel like your first lesson in the street was?
Oh shit. First lesson? Watch who you hang around. Watch your surroundings. Cause I went through a lot of shit just for being me. Like I'm a spontaneous nigga. Like I do the first thing that's on my mind. Like you feel me? Like sometimes I be in a place I know I ain't supposed to be at. Sometimes I do shit I know I ain't supposed to be doing. So you know what I'm saying? Watching myself, be mindful of my surroundings and think about shit that I do. Them be my two most important ones.
For sure. And I know you say watching your surroundings, like, was there ever any moment, like a surreal moment for you, growing up during that time where it's like, okay, like dang, like this the streets, like this what this come with?
Oh, I had got shot.
Sure.
Yeah, I had got shot at the club, fighting in the club and shit. Then I had got put out the club, shots rang out. But yeah, that was I'm like, oh, that shit hurt. Like when motherfuckers be telling me like a lot of people used to be telling me like, shit, you live by the gun, don't die by it. Like you send something, you gonna feel something, motherfucker, sooner or later. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, that's what they were talking about type shit. I'm like, oh, this shit hurt.
For sure. And after what did that do to your mental? Like how did that change your mentality after, getting shot and what I'm saying? Did it change you at all? Like
shit. Not for real. Ain't really changed me, you feel me? It was just like I ain't doing no more fighting and shit. I ain't fighting no more. I ain't finna be fighting on niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I'm alright.
For sure.
That's really what it changed. Like, cause back then, like, shit, I fight. We in the club here fighting and shit. I'm not finna be doing all that shit. None of that shit over.
Right. And then during that time, like after that, did it like make you like, move different and be more strategic and just how you move in military?
That too. You feel me? Cause like when I had got put out the club, like that night when I had got put out the club and shit, they put me out first. So I'm looking for who I roll with and shit, you feel me? So now I gotta find the car. I ain't got the keys, the car locked, you feel me? All type of shit. So I'm like, yeah, nigga gotta move way smarter, you feel me?
For sure. How did your mom, like, her moving you to Cali and that happened? Like how did she take all that?
Oh shit, I don't really know. I ain't gonna lie, she made that shit happen though. I don't know how she did, but she made that shit happen, you feel me? I'm good. Like, I don't really know how she took it mentally though, cause I was still a kid. But like as far as what I was seeing and shit, like she was making that shit happen though.
100%. And like with the streets, a lot of things be happening. We know it come with a lot. And it's certain circumstances, events that take place that be serious. And are you in some of those events? A lot of people get affected on either side. Are you familiar with PTSD at all?
Mm-hmm.
You know what it stands for?
Post-traumatic stress disorder or something like that.
For sure.
Shit, I read up on it a little bit, but I ain't read too much. I ain't read everything about it. You feel me? I feel like some of that shit. I feel like I got that shit down there.
In what ways do you feel like it affect you?
Like I don't like being around a lot of people for too long. I always feel like something gonna happen if I'm outside too long. Like if I'm outside too long, I get to thinking negative. Like little shit like that. Can't sleep sometimes, shit, thinking about shit. That type of shit.
For sure. I know you're familiar with anxiety.
Yeah, I got anxiety and shit too.
For sure.
Like around a lot of people, like I got social anxiety.
For sure. So in these moments where, your anxiety might, be triggered or, you might kind of, be altered in the aspect of kind of like a PTSD mindset, what do you do in those moments to like kind of like,
I get away from everybody. I see, like me, I like my alone time a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I just get away from everybody and probably just go in the room. You know what I'm saying? Just chill. For however long it take to get back, you feel me?
For sure. So outside of that, Like you don't never be trying to like suppress or cope with anything else or nothing like that. Like you just be straight, just having your alone time.
Yeah, like, you know, a nigga was popping pills and shit. I don't really be popping pills and shit no more like I would, like in Percocet and shit.
For sure.
Smoke a lot of weed and shit.
Sure.
But I don't smoke like I used to, you feel me? It's really just shit going, just getting away, separating myself from everybody and shit. Cause I don't like putting what I go through on other people. Like I don't like to be around everybody mad and shit, like and fucking up everybody else's vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, yeah, that always been me. Like I had to get by myself, however long it take, feel me, to shake back.
100%. Do you have any like I know you got like probably a couple partners and homeboys. Do y'all ever like discuss or talk about these type of things when like, you know, when people be like in those moments and shit?
Yeah, we talk about that shit all the time. Like the main thing we be talking about though is like the mistakes we all made. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit we could have did different. All us really we be talking about school and shit. Like I really wish I got down. I wish I would have did school the right way for real. All us do.
For sure. When you say you would have did it different, what would you have done?
Like I would have actually went to school and learned that shit and like listen. Cause that's all I had to do, like listen. But I was more focused on the other shit that a nigga was in. You feel me? I feel like I probably would have been a different person though. So you never would have known. You never know.
100%. And I mean, I know you mentioned also, you know, of course you getting shot and everything like that. I know gun violence is very high in most of our communities. You know what I'm saying, all across the United States. Have you ever been affected by it? Just like people around you losing close ones to it?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Do you remember the first person, like, you know, that was like, damn, like?
First person? The first person that was close to me that had got shot, she ain't died. It was my sister. I think I was 12. Yeah, I was like 12 years old. My sister had got shot. And I'm like, damn, that shit fucked me up. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, that shit fucked me up. Oh yeah, before that, my cousin JJ had got killed by his friend. Like his best friend had killed him. They had got into an argument over a gun. You know, and then before that, shit, I'm about 7, 8. My homeboy killed himself in front of playing with a gun and shit.
You say you was 8 when that happened?
I was either 7 or I was finna turn 8 or I was 8.
Dang. How did you deal with that at a young age? You know, that's something serious.
I ain't gonna lie, so you know, I didn't even take that shit serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really just, I don't know, that's probably how I cope with it, just push that shit out of my mind. You see, I had forgot about that shit. I don't even think about that shit, bro.
Right.
I'm good. Like, I just pushed it. I ain't even take that shit serious. Like, and then coming up, that shit, like, I ain't take death serious. Seeing that shit, I ain't take death serious, you feel me?
100%.
So I still don't. I be looking at this shit like it's a baby being born. It ain't that I don't take it serious. It's just like I don't deal with how other people deal with it. It got to be something after this shit.
100%. Like, how do you feel about it? Like I know that, you know, the experiences of death don't be natural. You know, it be like you said, people getting taken away. Like, do you feel like this just comes with like life, or do you feel like these situations are just not like not natural?
I feel like this shit just come with life. I feel like both answers it's the same thing, really though, cause I feel like this shit just come with life, but sometimes it ain't natural. Like, you feel me? Like you ain't living your full life out when you get killed young, or you die from like gun violence and shit like that. But if you die like from natural causes and shit, you feel me? Or you get old and then just croak, you feel me?
100%.
I feel like, but both are really the same thing though. I feel like it's death, you know what I'm saying? Something after this shit.
100%.
For sure.
And, you know, as we talk about life and death, you know, and being in the streets and stuff like that, and, you know, just moving different after certain experiences and having certain mindsets on, you know, what triggers your anxiety about being around a lot of people and things like that. In this exact moment right now, do you feel like you're living or surviving?
Oh, I'm living now. I'm good. I'm living now. I'm living. Yeah, I feel like I'm living. I was surviving back then.
What was that transition like?
It was cool. I don't think I noticed it. I ain't really noticed it like that. Cause growing up, I always had to like teach myself not to get my hopes up for shit. Cause shit'll get taken away. Shit always get taken away when you get happy for it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I noticed it. Yeah, but I feel like I'm living now though. Now that I think about it.
100%, 100%. What change do you see for yourself that today that back then it was different? Like, what's one of the most important things that you value about yourself that that it was a change?
Oh shit, I ain't hot headed like I was back then. Like I be thinking about shit. I always was a thinker, but I thought about the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I take time to think about everything. You know what I mean?
For sure. You have any kids?
I got a little boy.
How old?
He's 6. He finna be 7, man. I'm finna have a fucking 7-year-old, bro.
Yeah, man. Shoot, my son about to be 2. So it's
terrible motherfucking 2.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Raising him, I'm pretty sure that you definitely trying to guide him in the right path. What is that challenge like? By you growing up a certain way and seeing and knowing the things that you seen and felt. What do you do different from him than your childhood?
Shit, hide it as best as I can. Cause shit was like right in front of me. I always just seen it. You feel me? So I thought it was cool. So I feel like as long as I show him that shit ain't cool, or tell him that shit ain't cool, and like not even tell him, show him that shit ain't cool and shit, I feel like he'll be alright.
For sure. And I know I've in recent interviews I had a lot of people come on and and say that they wouldn't mind that if their son followed their footsteps. How do you feel about that?
Not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them, but not all of them. Like I get on my son ass, he follow some of my footsteps, kick his ass.
Sure.
Kick his ass. I wish he would, man.
How do you view family?
Oh, I'm all about family for real. Like immediate family for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just gonna say like I don't give a fuck about my cousins and shit, but immediate family for the most part.
For sure. Do you feel like that plays a big impact on somebody's like success in their life? Having a good, like, strong, solid family foundation?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Like most people, some people can do it without it, you feel me? But most people, I don't feel like you gotta be blood to be family. You know what I'm saying?
So regarding with family, what does loyalty mean to you?
Everything. You gotta be loyal. Cause I'm a loyal motherfucker, you feel me? So I don't feel like God made too many people like me, you feel me? So like, that's why I don't fuck with a lot of people. But I feel like loyalty is a big part of my life.
Do you relate that also to the intimate level, like with a woman like that you love? Like you feel like that's important as well?
Yeah. I feel like you gotta be a real nigga all the way around. You gonna be loyal to your homeboys, you gotta be loyal to, cause this bitch your friend too, you feel me?
Right.
It's your partner too, you feel me?
Right.
But I feel like you gotta be a real nigga all the way around.
So as we talk about like loyalty, and love and life, when it comes to money, like, do you feel like you are loved with or without money, or both?
You say, huh?
When it comes to money, do you feel like we are loved with or without money, or both?
I don't know, cause I always was a charming nigga, you feel me? So, like, I don't know, man. I feel like that should be a plus with some people, but I feel like money, you just gotta know how to read people. Cause I might run into somebody who just fuck with me genuinely, you feel me? But I think she wants some money, so I just push her all the way out. Now I'm blocking my blessing, you feel me? But I feel like you just gotta know how to read people. I feel like I could be loved without money.
For sure. And where you stand at today with your name and position in this industry, is there anything that you feel like fans or outsiders may look at you a certain way that might not necessarily be who you are?
Oh, they probably think I'm a mean motherfucker or something. Like I'm not approachable. Or, like I wouldn't. Like I'm. Like I don't like conversation. Like I like conversation. You feel me? I like fucking with people, seeing what's on the next human being mind. You feel me? That shit intrigues me. You feel me? So I feel like people think I'm not approachable and shit like that, and that's not the case. I'm a cool motherfucker.
100%. 100%. If you could meet your old self today, and where you are today, what would you tell yourself?
Oh, I tell myself to go on, just keep doing what I'm doing. I tell myself to keep doing what I'm doing. Cause I always was just waiting on the time I was always waiting on the time the way everything just fall together, you feel me? And that shit just fell together for me. I don't know what I did right, I don't know what I did wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I just tell myself to keep doing what I'm doing. I wouldn't change nothing.
100%, 100%. When you say fall all in place, like, do you ever remember being at that point where, you know, you wish that it did came together?
Yeah, I remember that.
What was that like for you?
I be thinking about that shit every day. It was like I was flat broke, like with no way to get no money. You feel me? Like fucked up for real. So it was like I'm thinking. I used to always think. Then when my brother be talking, I used to be like, "Boy, that shit coming. Don't even worry about it. It's gonna come." I'm like, man, I can't wait till that shit come. We used to always be talking, and that shit just fell together. I'm like, damn. But I believe in God heavy though, so I know God put that shit in play.
And did you ever have, like, what's one of your most important goals that you had for yourself, like, once you got there to be able to do it? What's something you told yourself you wanted to do first?
Oh shit, I want to headline the arena. I want to headline one of them big ass festivals. You know what I mean? I still ain't did that yet. I ain't reached my goal yet. I'ma do it though.
100%, 100%. And like, just moving forward with everything you have going on, you know, like, it's a lot going on in the world right now with, like, all these viruses. You know what I'm saying? We see what's going on. Like, how do you maintain a level, you know, mind throughout all this chaos?
Oh shit, man, I don't be giving a fuck about that shit. Only thing I be giving a fuck about is like when the police be killing like young black nigga or young black girl or something, or anybody black really, like any African American. That's the only thing I be paying attention to. Like all the other shit, I don't be giving a fuck about.
So when you say that's the only thing you be caring about, like, what bothers you about it?
Like shit, I was going through that shit. I be going through the same shit. Shit, yeah, all that do, you feel me? So it's like, that's what it like. It could have been me. You feel me? That's what bothered me about it. Like that shit could have easily been me riding somewhere late night. You feel me? Police pull me over. I move my hand wrong. You know what I'm saying? I know a nigga who fell asleep in the drive-thru. You feel me? He fell asleep in the drive-thru. It wasn't my homeboy, and then I just knew other nigga. You feel me? Fell asleep in the drive-thru. The people called the police. They get to the shit. He got a gun in there. You feel me? So they say he had a gun in that motherfucker. And then they get to shoot another cop. Man, that man just fell asleep in the drive-thru, but that's all he did. Feel me? That could have been me. I'd have fell asleep at the red light before. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
No,
So do you feel like black men, we just like targeted?
I wouldn't say targeted. I really feel like personally they just don't know how to handle it. They scared of how strong we are and they don't know how to handle it. You feel me? So they always off rip nervous before they talk to us. You feel me? So when they get to us, like anything we do scare them. So they just be, oh, I'm finna kill his ass, nigga, I be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? Anything we do scare them.
So like when you see them, like, you know, you might know that you doing, you know, you legit, everything going good and all that. What's the first mind come to your thought when you see the police?
Ooh, that go to motherfucking police. Shit. I was gonna fuck up everything in this bitch legit. My heart gonna drop. I don't know why though that shit really fucked up. Shit really fucked up.
And what do you think need to change? Like, do you think there's something that can happen that can kind of stop the violence that's happening to us from the police, or do you feel like it's just something that's just going over time, just have to blow up?
That shit ain't gonna change. I feel like that shit change in my lifetime. That shit'd be a real blessing. You feel me? Like that'd be like some raw ass shit to see. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that shit gonna change over generations. Shit, that shit ain't gonna change in this life. In our lifetime, that shit gonna be real. You feel me? So I feel like that shit just gonna take a little time.
I understand. And speaking of the law, you ever been incarcerated?
Yeah. I'm going to jail all my motherfucking life.
Sure. Did that ever affect you? Feel like that ever affected you mentally?
If anything, like I feel like it fucked me up as far as thinking that I can do that shit. Like, you feel me? Like, okay, like shit, I ain't tripping. I'll go sit down, like shit like that. Feel me? But it really kind of like helped me as far as like finding myself, getting a lot of like time to think to myself and shit. You feel me? And find out more about myself. But jail really ain't for nobody. That shit for animals. You feel me? That shit for animals. Being in the cage for animals. That's why I feel like it fucked me up, because I feel like, oh yeah, I can go do that shit. That shit ain't nothing. Like, you don't supposed to think like that.
100%. What was your longest like time of incarceration?
A few months. Shit, I ain't do nothing over no year, you know.
For sure. Do you remember your first day? Like talking about ever? Like,
Yeah, my first day in county jail. I remember that shit. My PO had told me he had just found a gun in the room.
What you mean in the room? Like in
my room, in my brother's house.
Okay.
Yeah, cause I had my probation address in my brother's house. Come on. My girl mama ain't want me to put it down. I was like 17 when I had, yeah, boom. So goddamn, I turned 18. They let me out of juvenile house. I go to my brother's house. My PO come, he find a gun. He like, oh yeah. I remember him telling, he like, you finna go to big boy jail now. You ain't going to juvenile house. He trying to scare me and shit. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of working, but I don't want to show though. You feel me? I'm like, man, I ain't worried about that shit. Boom, we go up in that motherfucker. And then when I get up in there, I'm like, man, this shit just like juvenile house. But the craziest thing is, I swear to God, bro, I seen it the whole time I was going to juvenile house, they was preparing me for that shit, for county jail in my life. When I got up in that motherfucker, I had the same number from when I was in juvenile house, bro. 4811-53-1. I had the same number on G. Type the same number in the phone. The phone worked just like juvenile house. I'm like, bro, they were planning on a nigga coming to jail. Like, that shit crazy. That shit fucked me up.
Yeah, that's crazy. And did you, at that moment, did you feel like this is all part of the plan? Like, is this a system?
Mama, that's when I realized, oh yeah, bro, I'm stuck in a real system.
And when you got out last time, you know, did you ever been incarcerated? Like, did you have any plans, or new plans, or just not even want to, you know, of course, deal with that again or anything like that?
Yeah. I'm like, man, I ain't fucking with that shit. I'm like, man, I ain't going to no motherfucking jail again. I'm like, man, I ain't going to no jail again, bro. That shit over with. Like, that shit ain't for me, man.
100%. And you know, I always ask people this question, man. If you can go back in time, you know, and change one thing, event, relationship, situation, anything, what would it be, if anything?
I wouldn't even change nothing. Oh. I bring my grandma back. I don't know. Everything else, I leave the same, though. Cause that shit made me who I am. I feel like I'm a cool motherfucker.
100%. What was your relationship like with your grandmother?
Oh, that was my baby.
How long ago was it since she passed?
I think it's been like 3 years, I want to say, probably 3 years.
3 years, for sure. And I know she probably was definitely a big supporter of everything you had going on, and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Man, I noticed in your music, you know, I ain't gonna say the word pain, but in your music, you know, you have a lot of like passion, you know, where like, you know, you talk about a lot, and a lot of it be definitely coming from like a personal place. What do you pull from, like, during those times, like when you in the recording? Is it just what you naturally feeling, or what? Like, what's the process?
Shit, I guess it's what I be naturally feeling, but I just pay attention to everything. I pay attention to everything around me, you feel me? And then and my brain just remember what it want to remember. I swear to God, that's really how it works. People be mad at me about certain shit I be rapping about. I be like, shit, that's what came to me. I swear to God, like when I be in the booth, like I see some shit, I forget about it. You feel me? Like won't even notice that I paid attention to it, no nothing. I get in the booth, and that'll be the only thing that rhyme with what I just see, and it fit what I've been talking about. You feel me? And it just come to me like that. You feel me? Like just everything really just be coming to me like that. For real.
So what do you what do you think about when somebody say they connect to your stories and, you know, the certain experience and stuff that you went through? Like how does that make you feel?
I love that shit because I feel like, I'm myself in my music. Like I'm my whole self in my music. Like if you see me in public, I might try to hide a little bit of myself, or you know, I ain't gonna be my full self. You feel me? But I'm my full self in my music. So when they relate to my music and shit and tell me like, man, you got me through this, or you helped me with that, or I relate to this part. You feel me? Or, you know what I'm saying? That shit made me feel good. Like, oh, I ain't the only one that went through that shit. You know?
100%. And if you had, man, in closing, man, if you had any desire in this world, you know, for yourself, your family, your kid, you, what's one thing that you desire for that, you know, like, Like you like it mean the most to you if it could happen.
To get my son and his future kids rich, wealthy. That's what I want to do. And my nieces and nephews and shit, all they kids, I want them to be wealthy too, type shit. That's what I want.
And why is that?
Because generational wealth, man, that's what we're working towards, you know? That's my main goal in life. If I die and the people who come in my family after me ain't got shit, then I failed.